How do you think society should respond to the rise of the PUA community? And why is the pickup community framed as bad in the media? And do you think it's somewhat justified?
You just said the rise of the PUA community, but I'm not sure. I'm not From what I've seen, there's actually been a decline in the PUA community somewhat. Like when I did the study in 2017, 18, 19, there was a huge market for products. There was well-known companies who had boot camps and trainings, producing material. There were YouTube people or people on YouTube with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And from what I've seen, there's been actually a bit of a decline. I think it partly due to it was stigmatized by the media. There was the uh, Julien Blanc scandal. There was the other issues. Rushvi was a pickup artist when I did the study who was came to Canada to do some workshops, and there was protests by people. Um, and I think that social media companies, my understanding, uh, I'm not 100% sure, but my understanding is there was some issues that were with them saying your content is not consistent with our guidelines, and some of them were either threatened with closure or given ultimatums. And I've only heard this as a rumor, so I'm not saying that's a fact. So I feel there's actually been a bit of a kind of decline in the community and in the opportunities for young men to kind of get involved. But I don't know. What do you think? You seem more in the trenches than I do.
Yeah, so interesting. Yeah, you wouldn't be far off, I would say, because around 2018, 2019, there was a bit of a scare on YouTube in particular. So you're pretty much on the mark there because the biggest company in the space, which was at the time Real Social Dynamics, I don't know, maybe they had some kind of business dispute between the two co-founders or something went wrong. One thing I know for sure is that the co-founder, Owen Cook, um, removed a lot of content from YouTube because he was warned about this kind of purge that was going on YouTube. Even my channel was taken down, but it wasn't taken down by YouTube. It was taken down by the aforementioned company uh, because they placed false copyright strikes on the channel. So it was a disaster for a lot of people, a big scare, which made quite a huge impact and everybody noticed it. Um, but I think, yeah, these days, because there used to be a very dominant company with a lot of coaches under one umbrella, now it probably necessarily isn't so
Hmm.
clear on there being so much content because a lot of the content has been removed from YouTube. There have been several companies that just disappeared due to whatever reason. But I think things are starting to get back to normal in some sense. Um, I personally run Game Global, which is intended to replace the inner circle groups that Real Social Dynamics had. So I founded what is now considered to be the center of the organized community itself. Um, so interestingly, my next question was going to be about this anyway. As the founder of Game Global, and we host the largest organized community of POAs around the world, what suggestions can you give to a person in a position of power like myself to implement changes in the pickup community and industry for the better?
Um, I don't really feel in a position to give a good answer to that question, partly because we did the study in 2018, 2019, 2017, 2018, excuse me, was published in 2020. Then the pandemic happened, and I think everything has changed significantly since I kind of did the study. And since then, I've focused more on men's mental health in general. But one thing I could just reiterate about men's mental health, which I feel is important, is as I said at the beginning, shoulder to shoulder activities, just incredibly useful for men's mental health. Male friendship has been kind of denigrated a bit in society. You know, people who hang out with men are called bros, or these the terms are put on them, which are kind of stupid and meaningless. But it's important to have kind of male bonding, male connection. We've seen that throughout history in sports, in the military, in extended families. And I can just go back to what people said in the study, that people said one of the best outcomes was the male friends that they made and male connections. And I feel that's something that in retrospect, the people who participated in our study said was the best thing in the community, even though that's not maybe the main reason that they joined. It wasn't their primary intention. And I think any emphasis that can be put on kind of developing male friends and male friendship should be encouraged, because, like, as I said, we live in a world now where there's many more immigrants in Western countries. People are coming from families where there's fewer siblings. There's fewer social opportunities. So many people are addicted to their phones and to internet time, that having true friends and obviously female friends are important for men, and for women having male friends, but sometimes they're less durable. Um, when people get married, women get married, for example, that the husbands might not like it that they have male close male friendships. So really developing and cultivating those male friendships, I really think is really important. And um, yeah, some of the people who were big in pickup in the 2010s, I've noticed that they're also now focusing much more on self-development, friendship, social contact, and I think that's just a really important thing for men.
Mm, yeah. It's like attempting some kind of mission or purpose together. Um, like we discussed before, supporting a team, uh, brothers in arms in the military, all these specific cases we can consider, and all of them have that kind of brotherhood, and that the brotherhood can be very appealing for a lot of guys. Yeah, I feel that.